Quince McCurley. I was a fifth year, now a master's degree recipient at Hampton University. I worked on the sea level rise class with Mason Andrews. Because sometimes architecture is not like designing a new building, but maybe finding a different way of how this building can work. Chesterfield Heights itself is a historic neighborhood, and many of the houses are on the historic registry. So I thought of what are ways you can protect and preserve the significance of these houses. So that's when, basically, when we talked to the neighbors and the citizens of the neighborhood, they talked about how much their basements were flooding. So I thought, instead of just completely getting rid of the basements themselves, because many of the ideas were just filling the basements, and basically they just looked at it as a means of lowering their flood insurance instead of like the greater impact that it would affect their houses without the basement itself. So I tried to present an idea where you could utilize the actual faults of the basement itself and promote it in a way that can actually function and be a better way of protecting the house itself, by, instead of keeping the water out, bringing it in and redirecting it away from the house. The biggest thing, at least for me and Willie, was being able to go to these engineers, present our ideas, and then be actually able to test it so we could know it would work in a real-world situation. So we needed them to kind of be able to take these models that we created in SketchUp and CAD, put it in their programs, and be able to know it works, or if it doesn't work, what can we do to make it better. Well, what I found a lot throughout my architectural school year is that if you didn't have a lot of connection or proximity to the area and be able to experience what actually is happening inside of it, it was harder to design for it, because you can create a connection to it. Because sometimes you can be like, I want to take advantage of this axis, and this axis, but if you've never been there, you might not know if there's a lot of noise, or if there's like a bad smell, or if it's just not an area that people go to or like to experience. So it's those little factors that make a big part in design. We have been in Chesterfield, and we talk to the people in Chesterfield. You create this type of connection. You just really, really want to work hard for them, because you see the struggles that they're developing and what they're working with, and you're watching them, and you kind of imagine, like, how would I deal with this situation if I was in it? They talked to us. They treated us like we were part of their community, and nowadays it's hard to find something like that, where you go into other places and you meet a lot of like resistance from them, but then they came to us with open arms, so it was refreshing.